Intelligence is the soul of any military operation which guarantees its success under testing situations. Whatever the limits of the US intelligence community, it continues to face criticism for its perceived shortcomings, most recently for not predicting the Arab Spring and totally missing North Korean leader Kim Jong-il's death. Here is the biggest American intelligence failures. Number 1. Pearl Harbor attack. As dawn broke on December 7, 1941, the Japanese struck the US Pacific Fleet at Pearl Harbor, Hawaii, pushing a once reluctant America headlong into World War II. The naval base was utterly unprepared for battle, even though the United States had managed to break Japanese diplomatic code in the lead up to the assault, and a military attaché in Java had warned Washington of a planned Japanese attack on Hawaii. That picture, however, was not seen in full because of inadequate intelligence sharing among government agencies, faulty US assumptions about Japan's appetite for carrying out such a brazen attack, and rivalries within the US intelligence community. Number 2. The Tet Offensive. On January 31, 1968, during the Tet holiday in Vietnam, North Vietnam's communist forces stunned the United States by launching a massive coordinated assault against South Vietnam. While the communist military gains proved fleeting, the Tet Offensive was arguably the most decisive battle of Vietnam. A government inquiry shortly after the Tet Offensive concluded that US and South Vietnamese military officers and intelligence analysts had failed to fully anticipate the intensity, coordination and timing of the enemy attack. Number 3. The Iranian Revolution. In August 1978, 6 months before the US-backed Shah Mohammad Reza Pahlavi fled Iran, the Shia infamously concluded that Iran is not in a revolutionary or even a pre-revolutionary situation. As we all now know, Ayatollah Ruhollah Khomeini rose to power in the Islamic Revolution of 1979, opening up a rift between Iran and the United States that persists to this day. It was a big failure of Shia American beliefs that. Number 4. The Soviet invasion of Afghanistan. The Soviet Union's military incursion into Afghanistan, which began in December 1979 and devolved into a bloody, 9-year occupation, took the Carter administration by surprise. The US intelligence community had assumed that the specter of a costly quagmire would deter the Soviets from invading Afghanistan. Former Shia official Douglas Masichin recalls that in the days after the invasion, a dark joke began circulating around the agency that the analysts got it right, and it was the Soviets who got it wrong. Number 5. The 9/11 attacks. In its report on the terrorist attacks of September 11, 2001, the 9/11 Commission noted that the intelligence community, assailed by an overwhelming number of priorities, flat budgets, an outmoded structure, and bureaucratic rivalries, had failed to pin down the big-picture threat posed by transnational terrorism throughout the 1990s and up to 9/11. In response to the 9/11 Commission's recommendations, Congress created a National Intelligence Director and the National Counterterrorism Center to pool intelligence. The Iraq War, the Indian nuclear test, and the Yom Kippur War also in the list of American intelligence big failures. Thank you. Please subscribe our channel and press bell icon for updates.